Those who walked in darkness have seen a great light. The incarnation is beyond imagination, but since it happened, it has become a fact to be marveled over. And we have been unpacking our understanding of the incarnation for 2,000 years. It has been further unpacked for most of us during our devotions just this past Advent. Now, what was beyond imagination as we look back kindles imagination as we look forward. And what this does is it opens up a sense for us of what is possible. Isaiah wrote, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light." He was prophesying of this incarnation 700 years before. A fulfillment at the manger, yes, but all the more a fulfillment to us who carry the light of the incarnation into a dark world. The Mass that we experience tonight moves this fulfillment forward. Yes, the shepherds saw a light at night, but we likewise arrive in darkness, and we are immersed in that same light of Christ. Isaiah makes it personal. He says, "Those who dwelt in a land of deep darkness, on them the light has shined." So we have not just seen a great light, it shines on us. Then it becomes personal, beyond imagination, as the incarnation enables the transformation of matter into the Eucharist. This is a sacramental present for each of us tonight. And so you and I can bring the brightness of the incarnation into a dark world by our very lives. And so what is the result of this? What is the reaction that we can have about this tonight? Well, as we heard in our gospel tonight, good tidings of great joy. Familiar words for us at Christmastide. Joy for the shepherds? Sure. Joy for us as we continue to unpack this good news by our lives, even by the way we live. So may this put a spring in our steps tonight. Isaiah puts all this into the context of a feast. "Thou hast multiplied the nation. Thou hast increased its joy. They rejoice before thee as with joy at the harvest, as men rejoice when they divide the spoil." We feast this season as an extension of this liturgy. The lights and the feast, yes, they're physical. These are incarnational reminders of a world transformed by God-made man. Yet life will return to normal for us soon enough when this festival time is over. But let's pause for a moment and ask a question. What if all our work and leisure were infused with the same depth of meaning that we experience tonight? Perhaps that is where the incarnation has the most power. In ordinary life. Why? Because our Lord came into that same ordinary life that will characterize our entire year. And so as you infuse this feast with meaning, it is an opportunity to set a pattern that infuses every day with meaning. We build on the extraordinary as a ramp to the ordinary. So our Lord entered into the ordinary and dwelt there. Prior Peter of the Monastery of the Holy Cross in Chicago reflects on this as he said, Bethlehem was much like any other village, with its public spaces, rows of homes, families, children, pets, and other animals. When God sent his Son to redeem us, he came not with a spectacular show of shock and awe, but quietly into a small home beneath the same stars that we see tonight in the midnight sky. God thereby demonstrated that to be his child, it is enough to be human like anyone else. Prior Peter likened Bethlehem to the Dickens village Christmas scenes that decorate so many homes, showing daily life going on with trains and shops bustling with activity, but colored by the knowledge of the incarnation. Our Christmas celebration is a season. Can it continue to punctuate ordinary days? Josef Pieper said that there is a German word for quitting time, the end of the workday, which is Feierabend, which means literally the evening of celebration. This meaning of that word, quitting time, gets lost in the ordinary parlance of daily life. But he wants to recover this for us, because clearly this word was intended to mean something more than just catching one's breath. The related word, Ferien, used to denote a vacation, actually means festive time. These are words formed by a culture that was once wholly Christian and once understood that the incarnation, yes, colors all of life. Work also is incarnational because it happens through the use of one's body. And work reflects the incarnation of our Lord when the spiritual becomes physical or vice versa. This happens when we offer up our work as a prayer. But then in turn, the end of every workday becomes for us a small Sabbath. Likewise, we can offer this up to God and celebrate. Feierabend. And so our God became incarnate, not so much to take us out of this world, but to save us in our world. Indeed, in order to save the world and all of normal life contained within it. All this points to our final home in which our Lord now dwells, ascended, eternally incarnate. So as we began, all this understanding takes a bit of imagination, even as we see the reality of the incarnation and appropriate it. Isaiah foresaw and foretold a people who, yes, would see a great light that would indeed shine on them. And because the light of the incarnation shines on us, we can allow it to give color to every aspect of our lives. In our daily lived experience, the incarnation of our Lord, yes, can remain present to us, even as a dark world is saved by our lives that are eternally transformed by this incarnation.